The problem of homelessness and the number of people living on Vancouver streets is bound to be a big issue in both the upcoming civic and provincial elections. As demonstrators wrapped up a protest at Vancouver City Hall today, politicians at all levels and of all political stripes were there to show their support. But as Bal Brach found out, that doesn't necessarily mean they have any solutions.
Vancouver. So folks, we're here because homelessness represents failure. Not of individuals, but of governments and of society.
For a week, Vancouver's homeless had a place to stay, City Hall.
Like this week over here at the City Hall at 12th and Cambie, it was wet and damp and cold.
Activists camped out on the lawn at City Hall to draw attention to the housing crisis in Vancouver. Joining them today to mark the end of Homelessness Action Week, the people who many blame for the problem, politicians.
Housing is the number one issue in this municipal election, and I think that at least is showing that people care.
Well, for me, government has a role, a huge role, to play in housing people. That's a core need.
And I think we have to use our standards of maintenance bylaw to make sure that we protect those people's living environment. We can't allow a landlord to simply allow the roof to go until water pours in and the fire department says this is a hazard, you have to get out.
Homelessness is an issue across the province. In Victoria this week, a BC Supreme Court judge struck down a city bylaw. Now the homeless can set up tents for shelter in city parks.
So you're more than welcome to come back tonight at 9 o'clock and camp as long as by 7 in the morning you've picked up your stuff and moved along so that everybody else can enjoy this park.
Tents are not a solution here. What we need is real homes, and we don't have them.
And shelters aren't homes. Shelters, you often get kicked out at 7 o'clock in the morning. You can't store your stuff there. It's not a place that will give you roots in a community. People need homes.
Jeff Crawford is one of those people. He's been homeless much of the last 14 years. He can only afford to pay rent when he finds steady work.
Normally I go try and get work for the day with a moving company, and I get daily work out of them, right? You can't just sit around and do nothing. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you can't have a job. And a lot of us do hold full-time jobs, right? They just can't afford the housing rates.
Well, this can't be the story that's told in 2010. The world cannot come here and see the state of the city like this. So we have to deal with it urgently.
So while many people agreed on the urgency of solving the homelessness problem, there's one thing the homeless want you to know.
Most of us aren't bad people. We're all just like you and everybody else. Just need a place to live. And if we can't get that, we'll sleep outside. We got to sleep somewhere, right?
While the sleepover at City Hall ended today, tonight they'll go back to sleeping on the streets.